So a bit of an explanation what's happening here. My name's James Van Osdol, and I do a podcast called Car Con Carne, which I usually do in my car, but I'm doing it on stage tonight. Car Con Carne is a Q101 podcast, and what you can expect is you eat food and drink tonight and play video games. We're going to have live interviews. We're going to have live performances on the stage. We're going to have bands. We're going to have comedy. We're going to have thought-provoking stuff as well. But before we get there, I want to thank sponsors. And I know what you're thinking. I didn't come here to see advertising, but it's a free show. It seems like a fair enough ask, a fair enough trade that I get to share some sponsor messages. First, Easy Automation. If you're looking to transform your home, office, or business into a smart, seamlessly connected space, Easy Automation's expert team designs and installs personalized systems from smart lighting and climate control to audio-video distribution and robust Wi-Fi networks, all managed through an intuitive app on your favorite device. Visit easy-automation.net or call Dan at 630-730-3728 and take control of your environment today. Lots of bands, lots of creatives in the house. Let's talk about merch. Exploding House Printing is here for all your screen printing, embroidery, and other merchandising needs. They've worked on products for Meatwave, Empty Bottle, The Music Box, Dante's Pizzeria. They make good pizza. And the Broke Downs. The list goes on and on. Jonathan at Exploding House has been doing screen printing for decades. He's all about production efficiency and cost awareness, and he offers boutique print shop quality at much lower large print shop prices. Check out their work on Instagram at Exploding House or visit their site at explodinghouseprinting.com for a quote. So we have a lot of music guests on stage with us tonight for this podcast recording. Our first one is the instrumental band that'll tear your face off. They're metal, they're prog, they're inventive, they're cool. Before they plug in, I want to bring them on stage for a quick chat. Please welcome Coyote Man. All right, so for people who are listening and watching, for people who are here tonight, they may not know who Coyote Man is. You're an instrumental band. Let's start there. Where do songwriting ideas come from for Coyote Man?
Augie could answer that.
I mean, pretty much.
Microphone.
Yeah, anytime we get together, I guess, at rehearsal. Lately, past couple years, we just kind of put our heads together. Every time twice a week. And honestly, we just kind of get lost. We just kind of chit-chat a little bit and just maybe Ian will start a song by playing drums, or maybe Renee will play the bass here and I jump in, and we just kind of take turns. And over the years, we just accumulate riffs. Then later on, we just kind of put them together.
We've been jamming since high school together, so there's been like a real connection for 20 plus years now. We've been jamming together. So
I think that's almost unheard of. Most people, the way they keep in touch with high school friends is through Facebook, and that's it. They don't stay together in a band.
Correct.
Is it liberating to create music and not have to worry about lyrics or vocals?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, yeah. In the early days, we had singers, but they were never that good. So, over the years, we kind of just kept on meeting up randomly, and we would keep on jamming. We still had the connection. We did just finish recording our next album, and we do have a feature singer vocalist on a song.
Crazy. Oh, that's awesome.
Only one, though.
So thinking, when you're creating music, no, you don't have lyrics or vocals, but you're telling stories through music. These are soundscapes you're creating. Do you think of it like that? Do you think visually like that?
Yeah, I look at our band as kind of like a soundtrack to your favorite movie. I'm a big movie buff, as you know.
As I know.
So yeah, when we're creating songs, we try to make the listener not bored. We have a lot of different parts. We go in a lot of different turns, we've been doing it for a really long time now. But yeah, we're like a movie soundtrack. That's what our band is.
Where are you going to play on stage?
So we're gonna play two songs tonight for you. We're gonna play a new track that's gonna be off our new album, Interpreting Dreams, and then Reaches of the Universe, which is a very heavy song.
My next guest runs Ink 180. It's a full-service tattoo and piercing facility with a purpose in Oswego. 14 years ago, Ink 180 launched a nonprofit arm to offer the opportunity for a real second chance to the members of our society who are invisible, the forgotten, the discarded. My guest provides his time, supplies, and artwork entirely free of charge to former gang members trying to get their lives back on track, as well as the victims of human trafficking. I first interviewed him 4 years ago. I think his work is so powerful and so moving. I wanted to have him back and share his story with you. Please welcome Chris Baker.
been sitting all day.
Chris, we've talked before. I'm fascinated and I'm in deep admiration of what you do. Let's start with all the charitable work you do. 13,000 cover-ups and removals since 2011.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That keeps you busy.
When we started, I thought I would do like 3 a month, and now it's like 6 a day.
But yeah,
do you have time to do the business? Has this overtaken the business?
Yeah, I mean, the nonprofit side of what we do accounts for about 80% of the total work, and 20% pays the bills.
Got it. Thinking about starting this and going down this track, was this something, an idea that someone had brought to you as a need that needed to be addressed, or is this something you were aware of and you decided to spearhead on your own?
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of came to me. I grew up in South Central Los Angeles in the 80s, and a lot of my friends were involved in gangs.
I wasn't, but I was their tattoo artist. And 17 of my friends died as I was growing up. And I moved my family here to Chicagoland about 21 years ago just to give my kids a different way of growing up. And then every night we would watch the news before bed, and kind of in between them talking about how bad the Bears were and the weather, they would briefly mention how many kids got killed in Chicago that day. So
I just wanted to do something to help people that were trying to
change their lives, and this is what we're doing.
It's fantastic. Now, I know you said this is 80% of what Inc. 180 does. I feel like we're lucky to have you here on stage tonight. I feel like you're always traveling. Like your work, your ministry takes you all over the country.
Yeah, I just got back from L.A. I'm going to Denver on Monday for the day. I was this morning at 4 a.m. I was doing conference calls with an organization in Kathmandu, Nepal, to make arrangements to go back there. And then another call with Ireland at 8 o'clock this morning. So, yeah, it's crazy busy, but I love it.
Do you have an assistant?
Yeah, just my wife. I would be lost without Lisa. 31 years with her. She keeps me on the right path.
Thinking of all the work and travel you do, this statistic you shared with me is fascinating. You're very aware of Super Bowl and all those big national moments that draw traffickers. Recovered 519 trafficking victims at the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah, down in New Orleans. 519 in a 3-week operation. Yeah.
Right?
So, yeah, we work with some of the most incredible law enforcement folks in the world.
We're a national partner with FBI, Homeland Security, U.S. Attorney's Office, not the ICE guys, but all the other ones.
I love working with them and being the front-end support to do the research that
they use to go out and make the recoveries.
This is like the last time we talked. Every time you said something, I need to pause to collect myself because I am so floored by this work you do, and you do it all as a nonprofit. Can you share some recent stories without divulging specific names or identifying details?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, one of the stories that I love to share is 3 years ago we were out in Phoenix doing a search at the Super Bowl there, and we helped recover a then 10-year-old girl who was actually trafficked by her own mother for drug money. Her mom overdosed on fentanyl, and Angie is the girl's name. We can say it. We've been given clearance to it. She called 911, and that's how she got out of it. So she had a tattoo on the inside of her hand, like the web of her hand. I removed a little $sign. And I immediately called my wife, and I was like, we have to adopt this girl. Lisa and I serve as temporary placement for the foster system, right? So immediately I was like, we have to adopt this kid so she doesn't go into the system. And actually, that would have been great, but an even better thing happened. Her actual caseworker and her caseworker's husband, who is also a caseworker, they adopted her. We were actually just on a phone video call with the courthouse in Phoenix as her adoption was finalized. 3 years later, she's doing fantastic. She's been in counseling. She's been getting caught up in school because she hadn't gone to school in like 3 years. And her life, she is putting the pieces of her life back together with people who, quite honestly, are the absolute best for her to grow up around. But yeah, she was, at 10 years old, she was and still is the youngest
survivor that I've helped.
Well, thank goodness for the work you do. When you work with these victims, and I'm focusing on human trafficking, I'm sure they're traumatized. Like, Are you able to make any connection with them at all, or is it more like you're providing a service?
No, we do connect with them a lot, and it's sad to hear the things that I hear. I don't ever ask them questions about it because I don't want to trigger that trauma, PTSD. But, kind of like being a tattoo artist is kind of like being a bartender or a hairstylist. When people feel comfortable and feel like you're listening, they just kind of offload their life, And that keeps me in counseling every week to go and process all that. But we have formed relationships with a lot of our survivors, and we get updates and, hear from them. Christmas time is like my favorite time of the year because I get Christmas cards from them and phone calls and stuff. But it's a powerful thing. And one of the saddest things that I hear, and I hear it quite often from our trafficking survivors, is you're probably the first man in my life that's ever done something for me and not expected something in return. We build up a level of trust with them, and it's a relationship that lasts a long time.
When we talked last time, we talked about how trafficking is prevalent everywhere.
Yeah.
The lovely suburbs, probably here in South Elgin.
Absolutely.
Is there anything people in this room, people listening or watching, can be attuned to or looking out for? Like, if it's in our community, how do we know?
Well, there's a few. I mean, it is everywhere. Inner city, city, rural, suburbs, you name it. Nowhere in the world is really immune to it, right? One of the things that we look at is these massage parlors. People are like, how do I know if a massage parlor is shady or not? I'm like, well, if you pull up to it, it's got blacked out windows and a doorbell that you have to be let in, it's probably shady. And I'll tell you, there are plenty of them around. We just got one shut down. We're in Oswego. We just got one shut down. It took like 3 years to get it shut down because, police did things their way. So,
thinking of the work you do, helping people get out of the gang life, get out of human trafficking, I don't know a delicate way to ask this, but you're putting yourself at risk, aren't you?
Yeah, I've had 14 certified death threats in the last almost 15 years. So, I tell people all the time, do not call the shop and scream at me on my voicemail because the FBI will visit you. But, we've had that happen numerous times. We've had 4 of them in the last 12 months. And they've made arrests. And I'll tell you this, and a lot of people think that this is crazy, but I don't press charges because typically the people that make those phone calls were put up to it by a gang leader. And like the last one, it was a 12-year-old kid. I'm like, what am I going to do? Throw him away? We just like to show grace to people. I've been given numerous second chances in my life, and I like to remember how that felt when it was extended to me, so I like to extend that to them as well.
Thinking about just your work as an artist, were you always that kid who doodled in school? Were you?
Yeah, the funny thing is when my sister and I were kids, my parents were not even into letting us watch TV. Like, they thought Three's Company was from Satan, right? So they would just buy us art supplies. They're like, here, go draw something. Well, I started drawing, and I started, painting. I was doing graffiti murals. I did my first commissioned graffiti mural on a liquor store in South Central LA when I was 13. And it's still there. So I love this. But, it backfired. Now I'm a tattoo artist. But my parents are both very supportive of the work that we do, and they love it.
So what does the rest of the year look like for you? I mean, we're heading to another Super Bowl.
Yeah, we got the Super Bowl coming up in San Francisco this year, so we know based off past Super Bowls in San Francisco, we will see more male trafficking survivors located there. That's something we're seeing more and more lately. I'll tell you, that's a sad thing, too, because as a Christian, I've had male sex trafficking survivors sitting in my chair, and I'm doing a cover-up or removal for them, and they start tearing up. I'm like, are you okay? Do you need a break? And they're like, no, I can't believe you're helping me. It's like, why? Like, well, I know you're a Christian and I'm gay and I've been turned away from other Christian organizations. I'm like, well, that's not Christian. Like, I just love people. Like, you don't have to fit into a box for me to help you out. That's bullshit faith. So, people are people. Like, why don't we just start loving people? The world will be a lot damn better than it is, right?
About it.
So I don't care. I tell people all the time, my sister's gay, right? So we had this agreement. I said, I'll tell you what, you don't tell me what's going on in your bedroom, I won't tell you what's going on in mine. We're good, right?
Seems fair.
Yep. Yeah. Seems logical, right? So
But yeah, we know that's going to be a huge issue out there, so we're planning for it. I'm going Monday morning. I wake up early, fly to Denver, do 10 tattoo removals for trafficking survivors, hop back on a plane and fly back that night. So it's a long commute, but awesome commute. So I'm going to L.A., Nashville, Tupelo, Mississippi, and then back to L.A. So,
My goodness. Well, as a nonprofit, how can we help?
we still do regular tattoos. So if you're looking to get a tattoo, I've got some cards. Come see us at Ink 180. Our website is ink180.com. Again, like James said, we don't charge the folks that we help a penny to do what we do. So people can donate, And the thing is, like, we've got some folks that tell me all the time, like, we've got a couple corporate folks that help us out, and they're great. KT Food Services have been great to us. I would rather have a bunch of people donate $10 than somebody write me $1 million check, because it means that they believe in the work and they believe in second chances. And so, yeah, you can learn more about us at ink180.com or on all the socials.
Chris, you make me and probably everyone here want to be a better person. Keep up the fantastic work you're doing. Chris Baker, I think 180.
Thanks, guys.
I mean, honestly, right? So my next guest. All right, see what's step here. I first saw this band live last November. I'm thrilled I can share them with you here tonight. How do I describe them? I don't know. Shoegaze, dream pop, dream gaze, grunge, bubble grunge. Is bubble grunge a thing? Alternative rock. They're just cool. They are Flowers at Her Feet. Let's welcome them to the stage. Your first live show happened less than a year ago.
Yes.
You've already put out an album. It feels like things are happening super fast for you.
Yes, we're old. We need to move quickly.
You're focused. You're getting stuff done.
Yes, absolutely.
So the album came out this year, Elegy. The album cover looks like the drum.
Yes.
It's gorgeous. You're going to play 2 songs tonight. Are you going to play something off that?
Actually, we are going to play a song off of that called Home. We're also going to play our new single that just came out today.
So recording it, you just put it out today.
Yeah.
The Real Mess.
It's called The Real Mess. So we're super excited to have the world finally hear it. And it's kind of going in a different direction. As you said, shoegaze. We're kind of bubble grunge. We're kind of moving a little bit away from the shoegaze, dare I say, and kind of hitting more of the alternative 90s vibe. I mean, I feel like that's how everyone's been describing us. So
was that a cool period?
I was the best period.
All right. Well, let's talk about those 2 songs. Home, Ivy. This is a pretty dark song. Yes.
Yes, it is. It's a song that's written about I think somebody that is a secret to somebody, and they're kind of trapped in a situation that they really can't get out of, and they just keep going back to it.
And then the new song, The Real Mess. Talk about this.
So The Real Mess was actually a song that I presented to the band by force. It was a song that I actually threw away in the trash. I thought it was a terrible song, and it was not going to see the light of day. I was pretty embarrassed about it. But then I played it for Rob, and he's like, no, this song is our next single. This is the song. So he rescued it from the trash, and we put it through the Flowers at Our Feet machine. And it came out, and I think it's my favorite song so far.
When I saw you at Bottom Lounge last year, was it Dopamine you closed with?
Yeah.
That it was acoustic. That was my first sense that, maybe you are moving a little away from the whole shoegaze thing.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Mazzy Star and just kind of that like dreamy, the Sunday sort of thing. So that's kind of how I write. And then Rob puts his spin on it.
Yeah, and we're waiting for her to like Zach Morris us. And, when she gets invited to meetings and we don't. So we're waiting for that.
Now, I don't know if I'm talking out of school here, if that's the right metaphor. Did you have your first fight?
We did.
Yeah.
We did. So we're playing I'm steamed up about it still. So we're playing an acoustic show tomorrow, which is not tomorrow when you're seeing this. But, however, it's in a record store, and it's a very lit up record store. And normally Ivory is with me all the way as far as decor and like, being dramatic, all that stuff. So she mentioned the light, and I said, "Oh, we'll just put up some curtains." And she said, Can I swear?
You can swear.
She's like, "I'm not putting up any fucking curtains."
I don't think I said
Yes,
the
you
F
did.
word, Rob. We're still fighting.
Oh, and I mean, I guess we didn't look into the logistics of drilling to the drywall, stuff like that, but still, that was the first fight.
I like the fact that you asked if you could swear. The most religious guy in the entire room who's just on stage with me swore.
JBL, you make me nervous.
All right. So the new song is out. I feel weird asking if you have more songs on the way because you just gave us an album. But are you like working toward album number 2 already?
Absolutely. Yep. We're planning on like within the next couple months to start writing stuff again, and I think we're going to put out another full album.
All right. So you're going to play. I'm going to get out of your way. Flowers at Her Feet. My next guest, who I'm going to bring on stage, has hosted and produced comedy shows right here at Legit Dogs and Ice, but that gravy train has been derailed for all the previously mentioned reasons. He's been featured at Zanies, Lincoln Lodge, Comedyplex, and has done comedy all over the Midwest. He also hosts a podcast, Wild Phil's Osophy. Please welcome the very funny Phil Lisiecki. Let's start by talking about Wild Dogs Comedy, Phil Lisiecki. What is Wild Dogs Comedy?
So Wild Dogs Comedy, I've been in comedy for like 3 years, and my buddy here, Buey, he's about to do a set. We met up doing sketches. We were kind of doing right now the world of comedy. You got to do your own sort of Tires, The Office type stuff on YouTube, and we kind of bonded on our mild OCD of producing things. Like our mental illness brought us together.
Perfect.
And so. I had a friend of mine who, when I was in a punk band, Germ Ripper, he's friends with Kurt, and we kind of bonded together. And I was like, this would be a great place to do comedy, because this kind of like the Kumas of hot dogs, I mean, it's I think it's better, to be honest. I mean, so that's
this is a collective, like an umbrella. Is it just the two of you guys? Do you have like a team, like your own Justice League?
Yeah, so, normally comics do their own thing, and then Buey's sort of producing sketches under, it's called Chilla Park instead of Villa Park.
Of course.
And me and Wild Dogs is our collaboration, and I sort of like, I like taking comics out on the road. I used to be a welder, and every time I got laid off, I'm like, I'm not getting booked here. Let's feel like rock stars in bumfuck Missouri, Mm-hmm. And then I got kicked out of there. So that, but yeah, no, it's been fun, It's been going good. It's a sad day in rock,
With Legit Dogs and Ice going away,
with Keith Richards still being alive, but
it's a good day in rock.
It's been bummed.
Happy Before They Make Me Run. Those are great songs.
You know what's crazy? 2-3 days ago, I went. I don't know if you guys know. It's the 35th anniversary of Ninja Turtles. You guys know this?
They know. This room knows.
Me, my brother, and my stepkid, we were the only ones in the theater. So, and looking like a Ninja Turtle villain, I looked like I was doing fucking research. It was awful.
Well, let's talk about that, because the hair is a choice.
It is, yeah. It sure is. Definitely. Yeah. I don't even know how to explain. I think growing up, I got called an asshole a lot. And then when I just saw like every bad guy and I'm like, I relate to these people. And that kind of became my wardrobe, whether it was Mad Max or, Gummo, like.
So you mentioned that you do skits. That's kind of what comics do now. You also have a podcast. Like, the rules are different now, aren't they, for comedy? I mean, I know you've only been doing this for 3 years, but there are expectations you have to meet as a stand-up comic.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more personable. I like that with podcasts. You kind of get to know the people more, and all the comedians, they hang out together, and it's a lot more. People get to whether you are who you are on stage, you're also off stage, and I think people like that authenticity. Mm-hmm. Me, I grew up migrant in Chicago. I'm one of the good ones. So everybody's personal life sort of like it sculpts what their comedy is going to be about, and that's a great thing. You never know who you're going to run into, and that's, I think it's the most inclusive art because everybody's got their own path.
Well, and that said, is this a supportive scene?
I think it is. Yeah, I definitely think it is. A lot of people, a lot of dorky fans, especially my vulgar dorky fans, they'll be like, "Can you say whatever you want?" or getting canceled. It's like, dude, if it's funny, it's fun. I'm making fun of my fans. So yeah, like.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because I've seen Wild Dogs comedy. I've seen it here at Legit Dogs and Ice. Wherever that line is, it seems very far out of reach from where you are.
Yeah. It's a hard. I do real well in if there's more people in the crowd than Teeth, Rockford, I do real fucking well. Like that's the way it is. But
Rockford's a lovely town.
Yeah,
it is. And you're on the injured list, right?
I am I have a broken toe right now. 6 weeks of workers' comp. That's the way to do it, man. Fuck it.
Does that ever heal? Like, there's nothing you can do for that, right?
They told me, they go, but you don't smoke or drink, and I told them I don't, but then they're like, because that might take longer to heal, and I want these checks to keep coming. So I started smoking and drinking recently. Like,
can we get him a Malort, please?
Well, yeah, Wild Dogs, like, so that's the thing is, like, it's sort of a collective of, like, there's this whole circle in Texas of friends who recommend each other, get each other's backs. I'm trying to do that in Illinois. I had it with an old comedian where we would take, like, the best of Chicago and we went to Texas, I went to North Carolina, Iowa, and I just, it's better than trying to kiss everyone's ass in Chicago. That's, to be honest. So...
Well, I love curation. I think is a dying art, and it's so important in every aspect of the arts. Like personally putting your stamp on something, letting people know, yeah, this is cool. You're going to like it.
Yeah.
To that end, we have someone who's coming on stage who's part of Wild Dogs. Essentially, you are curating our next guest.
Yeah. This is my buddy Brennan Weaver. We call him Bee-wee. He's been in it for almost 10 years. Honestly, I'm so good friends with him. I don't even know. That's how great friends with. But he's going to do a fucking great set. I love this guy. The first time I met this guy, he was testing mold in my house. And I almost thought I was coming out of the closet because I had a man crush on him.
And I would ask him to do the same here at Legit Dogs and Ice, but it hasn't been around long enough to develop mold.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the damn shame that Legit Dogs hadn't gone as long as we wanted it to.
We're not Giordano, so...
I don't know what you mean by that. But, all right, so our next guest is the very funny Brennan Weaver. Bee-wee comes to the stage.
Oh, hey, guys. How we doing? Good? Oh, man. First of all, thank you, James, very much for having me. As a comedian, it's always been a dream of mine to be on Jam in the Van. So this is a big deal for me. Nobody gets the reference. That's a good way to start. Awesome. Love that. Love you guys. Like they said, my name is Brennan. That's Brennan, often confused with the names Brandon, Brendan, or my personal favorite, Brianna. That's always fun. I guess I just look like a guy that has a fat, wet pussy. That's always cool. Yeah. A little bit about me. I had a real rough childhood growing up. My only father figure was the farmer in Men in Black 1. It's not funny. The government killed him. He was a good man. Bug man. More of a bug. Anyway, moving on. I don't know if you guys can tell by my adorable hat and demeanor, but I'm divorced. Divorced guy. Very cute. Thank you. My marriage didn't work out, and I figured it out. The reason why is because I married my mother. How do I know that? Both their pussies tasted the same. It's a joke. It's a joke. They tasted different. Thank you. Thank you. I've been doing that joke for 8 years now. It's been really good. It's been really good. That's what pays the bills. I got back into weed. You guys like weed? Yeah. I took a long break from weed, and I didn't realize how strong it was now. It's like all the crazy names and stuff like that, and I go out to buy weed. I'm like, how strong is it? And the young kids is like, dude, this weed, man, it's going to, like, gape your third eye, dude. I'm like, gape my third eye? What do you mean gape? I don't want a loose third eye. I want a tight little third eye that only special people get to see in my life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I am single. I'm a single guy. And I remember I was hanging out with this girl. We were kind of like partying at my place, and I've been seeing her for a while. And I remember as I crack open a beer, she goes, "Hey, I have something to tell you." I'm like, "What's up?" And she goes, "I might be pregnant." And I was like, "That's crazy because you just did a lot of my cocaine. This feels like a pre-cocaine conversation." I don't know. Like, some people would say, first of all, if we're going to have this child, some people would say that we as a unit need to show significant signs of improvement. All right. And I you know what? I'm at an age where I'm comfortable. You know, I'm 34. The idea of having a kid doesn't scare me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, you know what? Whatever we do, we may not be in love, but, you know, if you want to have it, I will be there in any way I can. And I started looking up good vacations to go on with a pregnant woman. So I go on Google. I'm like, "Hey, Google, where's the nearest museum of tall, uneven staircases?" It's like, expand radius, expand radius, expand radius. Anyway, and I just start calling the amusement parks, being like, "Yeah, do you have the giant drop? And do you do maintenance on it?" Often. Okay, thank you. Just hang up. Anyway, let me see how I am on time. Cool. I want to end on this. Guys, you know, it's all about the laughs and living your life, but actually, I don't mean to bring the room down, but I actually had a really good friend of mine recently pass away. But it's all right, because I've been getting blowjobs from his sister, and they have the same eyes. You know what I mean? So that way, it's like when she's looking up at me, it feels like he's looking down on us, you know? Anyway, that's my time. I've been Brennan Weaver. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
So before our final band performance of the night, I figured we would meet the band. I love this band. They're one of my favorite local bands. This is what punk rock should be. There's a message if you pay attention to it. There's a great sense of humor, and they go balls out every time they take the stage. We're going to talk to them right now. Please welcome Lollygagger. Oh, there's the other mic. Oh, yeah, no, that's for suckers. There we go. Hi, Lollygagger.
Hi. Hello.
Nice to see you. Thanks for hanging out all night. I appreciate you bringing everything to a close here.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. You just put out a new song.
Just about to put out a new song.
Monetize the Mania.
Yes.
What's that about?
It's about being poor as fuck and having depression, but not mania. I'm kidding. Yeah, Monetize the Mania. It's about, you know, taking your own hair mania and making a little bit of money off it. You can't make a lot of money off it. It's not a very profitable enterprise. But we'll make a little bit.
And there's a video to this?
Sorry?
You made a video?
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a music video coming out for it as well. We're going to be playing a show at Liars Club. It's going to be great. We're playing Liars Club on Halloween night. If you guys want to come out
That's
for a show,
awesome.
It's going to be fucking awesome. Give it up for Liars Club. Give it up for Legit Dogs and Ice, though. This place is fucking awesome.
It is. And Liars Club, I mean, they kind of owe you for immortalizing them in song on Total Party Kill, the album that you can buy at the merch table tonight.
You'd think that, but I don't think that, A, we're the first band to put out a song called Liars Club about Liars Club, because there's a lot of bands that go through there. And B, I think we probably owe them, because it's Liars Club. I mean, they let us play a bunch of our first shows there. Everyone's super nice. They're always supportive. They're always getting the word out. Like, that was definitely our home base for a while. That's why the title track on our first album is called Liars Club. Saw on Total Party Kill over there. If you guys are Dungeons & Dragons fans, with a little salsa.
That's where we first met.
In Dungeons & Dragons? I don't remember that. No. Oh, Liars Club.
Yeah.
You're right.
Now, you put out new songs over the past year. There was Found in the Dirt, Dopamine Loops, which has kind of a Jesus Lizard vibe, if I dare say so.
Oh, thank you very much. I like that.
I love that song. Post-Party Depression, which is just pummeling and relentless. And
Yeah, that's why we're trying to get 6 weeks off for everybody who's in post-party depression. We're trying to make it a national program, but Medicaid's just fucked up in this country. There's nothing you can do about it.
So, knowing that there have been new songs in the loop, is there another album on the way?
We have a brand new album. We're going to be releasing it a little bit of a time. But, yeah, we're pretty excited. We think Heavy Lies the Clown is going to be the album title. Because we're very serious people. We're very serious people.
Should we just make it official here on Carne?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's the name of the album.
Heavy Lies the Clown. I love that. That's the album title of the year.
Yeah, we're just bullshitting, you know. My wife doesn't like it, though. She's like, it's heavy is the head that lies the crown. It doesn't work. And I'm like, come on. But, I mean, what is marriage if it's not about semantic differences? Am I right?
That's right. So what are you going to play tonight as we bring this thing to a close?
So we're going to be playing Monetize Mania, which is the first single. It's coming out next month. We're going to have a video coming out. You can check out all that shit. I'm a dollar bill in the video. It's very cool. No AI. And then the second song is going to be a classic called Mighty Methuselah Salami, because we wanted to give the Legit Dogs and I a send-off with our hot doggist flavored song called Mighty Methuselah Salami.
I love it. All right. Next thing you're going to see on the stage is Lollygagger performing live. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Lollygagger.
Hey, thank you guys so much for sticking around. It's Friday night. Legit Dogs and Ice. We love you very much. You guys are really cool. We just met you. James Van Oswald, always a pleasure. Carne. We're Lollygagger. We're from Chicago. You like it?